What you are looking at is the notorious lava wall on the oldest Anarchy server in Minecraft. After years of failed attempts, it has finally been completed, and it wasn't easy. Completely surrounding the spawn region, it starts up at build limit and flows all the way down to bedrock, preventing unarmed players from escaping. So what exactly is this thing? Who built it? Why would they build it? And why is it seen as such a big deal? The history behind the lava wall is pretty fascinating, as many server regulars thought that completion of it would be impossible. But one person, who was in the right place at the right time, managed to unite players to accomplish this insane goal. Today I'll be telling you the story of how 2b2t's lava wall came into existence against all odds. But before we get started today, I'd like to thank Dashlane for sponsoring today's video. Dashlane makes it easy to keep track of everything. They fill in all of your personal info like addresses, credit cards, and so much more. They have a VPN so you won't be tracked when browsing the internet and can access content in any country. They generate super secure passwords, plus all the passwords that you store with them are encrypted, making a password manager the safest place to store your info. And best of all, it's free to download and install on your first device. Try Dashlane for free on your first device by going to dashlane.com/FitMC. It's a great way to support the channel. Now then, let's get started. Our story begins 10 years ago. When 2b2t first opened in 2010, it didn't take long for lava to start showing up at spawn. Back then, all players spawned into the world at a single point, so it was common for trolls to place lava on the spot to kill anyone that joined. Eventually, spawn points became randomized, so this technique didn't work anymore. But that didn't stop players from putting lava casts all over the place anyway, giving the server its iconic look. Fast forward 6 years to 2016. When YouTubers invaded the server for the first time, players attempted to build a massive lava wall at spawn to kill all of the new players coming in. But these lava walls were made in haste and had a few issues. First of all it took was just a bucket of water to turn all of the lava into cobblestone, which could be broken pretty easily. Another issue was that the lava only went down to the ground, which meant tunnels could be dug underneath it. It also didn't help that these lava walls relied on already built lava casts, so it was possible to tunnel through them with solid blocks. In the end, it was not truly effective at stopping new players. This failed lava wall would be the first of many attempts in the overworld. For the years that followed, lava walls were seen as a joke, a hazard that required a great deal of work to maintain, only to be foiled easily. There just wasn't a good enough reason to build one long term. But in 2018, a series of crazy events would begin that would culminate in the creation of the modern day lava wall. If you've seen my History of Incursions video, you probably remember 2018 as being the last year of spawn incursions taking place. If you didn't know, incursions were events where groups of players came together at spawn in order to take control and accomplish a goal, usually involving a massive build of some kind. With the 7th incursion ending in a spectacular failure due to infighting, there were doubts that another one could be pulled off successfully. In 2019, 2b2t was picked up by the YouTube algorithm and caused thousands of new players to join the server. Several people tried to start their own version of the 8th incursion all at the same time, which caused mass confusion. All of these projects either failed or were abandoned, except for one. A 2b2t player named Baki was given control of one of the failed 8th incursion groups. While many players had quit, there were still a lot of people in it that wanted to be involved in a big event somehow. Baki came up with the concept of the Infinity Incursion, or II for short. A group that operated like a normal spawn incursion, but was not part of the sequentially numbered ones. It would be its own separate entity. The II knew that they had to do something that would make the 2b2t community take them seriously. Baki decided that first, they would make a giant version of their logo made out of obsidian in order to draw more attention to the group. Their infinity symbol was massive and at the time was the largest handmade symbol built on the server. But after another group, the Spawn Masons, utilized automatic building bots to make their symbol, the II began work on a new project in 2020. Operation Black Sky. Their goal was to completely cover Spawn in a massive obsidian roof, which would cause players to spawn on top and not have an easy way down. It would also cause the terrain beneath it to be pitch black, so new players without Fulbright hacks would not be able to see anything. It would also cause mobs to spawn, which would further harass new players. The construction process was intense, with players working around the clock just to fill everything in. Eventually, Black Sky was completed, covering the vast majority of 2b2t's randomized spawning locations. But even after this major accomplishment, members of the group still wanted more. They wanted to build something that had not been built before. And that's when Baki knew it was time to do what every other group in the server's history had failed to do. Make a complete lava wall around Spawn that would go from bedrock to build limit. Operation Lava Curtain was about to begin. The foundation was already there. 2b2t player Thieves and Sound had already created a massive trench at Spawn that went all the way down to bedrock. This would allow lava to flow from build limit all the way down to Y level 0, making it almost impossible for new players to get through safely. The project was going to require 48,000 lava source blocks, plus an additional 200,000 pieces of obsidian at build limit that would protect the source blocks from being griefed or removed. Over a period of 10 days, 80 people worked around the clock to place all of the lava and obsidian. By the end of the 10 days, the most sophisticated lava wall in the server's history had been completed, going from build limit to bedrock, something the player base had thought to be impossible. The Infinity Incursion had proved their legitimacy to the 2b2t community. So now the question is, does the wall actually work? To test this, I'm going to log into 2b2t with a brand new fresh account, just to see if we can get past this thing. Here goes nothing. All right, here we go. And would you look at that, we spawned just barely past the obsidian skies, so that's one less thing we have to do right now. All right, the lava wall is about 500 blocks this way. As we get closer to the lava, I just want to say, if you're enjoying the video so far, consider hitting that subscribe button. But as I always say, no pressure, no pressure. And there it is. I mean, you don't really get a feel for how massive this thing is until you're literally standing right next to it, so let's get closer. So far, there doesn't seem to be a safe way through. I mean, I see some bridges trying to go through the wall, but without gapples, we can't really do anything. Someone had the right idea, but it looks like we can't really get through that easily. Darn it, but that gives me an idea. You know what? Let me find some dirt and some gravel real quick. I have a plan to get through the lava wall. Hey, even people like me have to get their hands dirty once in a while, okay? Alright, it looks like this tunnel is partially complete. It doesn't go all the way through though, but what we can do is first, let's plug up the sides of the tunnel so that way we don't touch the lava on accident. Now, if we were in vanilla, we would not be able to get through this. But because I'm using a hack client, I can actually use FreeCam to interact with blocks in unusual ways. Using FreeCam, I can get outside of the tunnel and start placing the block, but in order for this to work, we need to actually wait for a lag spike. And if I keep spamming the block and just walk up a little bit closer, this ought to do it. I don't want to get burnt, like I said. Here we go, let's try it. Come on. It worked. Okay, so this might take a while, but we can get through the lava tunnel by doing this, by interacting with these blocks. Oh, look, it's right there. Freedom is right there. Okay, we can do this. Let's just start spamming. Come on, come on. slow and steady progress is still progress as far as I'm concerned. One more block to go. Look at that. Come on. We're so close. Someone turn on a lag machine or something, man. Let's try the bottom. Wait, hold up. I think that did it. Let's just break this dirt. Oh my god. There it is. We did it. Oh, freedom. Wow, so, I mean, even an experienced player like me had to use hacks just to get through that lava wall, and it took a good 20 minutes from spawning in to actually getting out here. Ooh, there's a skeleton. Let me take care of this real quick. Maybe fighting that skeleton was not a good idea, but I've been thinking about this. The Infinity Incursion with the Obsidian Sky and the lava wall combined. It seems like they're trying to funnel players into the Nether. Why would the II be trying to funnel these players all into the same place? I feel like they're planning something, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what they have in store. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Also make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram to stay updated on when new content is coming out. But that's it for today, everyone. Take it easy, and if you plan to play on 2B, just make sure to stay alive out there.